The Piper at the Gates of Dawn is the debut album by art rock pioneers Pink Floyd. It's been seen as a classic since its release and has received universal critical acclaim for being one of the cornerstones of the psychedelic rock scene that was starting to take shape. We begin with the track Astronomy Domain. It starts off with some unique ringing minor chords, along with some descending ooze toward the chorus. The ringing of the guitar notes gives the illusion of being in outer space. It leaves you with the feeling of weightlessness as you float through this track. It's an awesome opener. Next, we have the track Lucifer Sam. This album has a really trippy psychedelic groove. With headphones on, it switches from side to side with instruments moving around constantly. It has an amazing main riff and leaves you feeling like you've been on a trip. Next, we have the track Matilda Mother. This song starts off with some swamping organ that gives way to a trade-off with the guitar. Rick Wright's beautiful harmony brings balance to Barrett's vocals, and the two sound amazing together. Next, we have the track Flaming, a Syd Barrett story told with the uniqueness and strange style everyone associates with Syd. It's a very whimsical song with some strumming acoustic guitar in the background and Rick Wright playing some amazing keyboards. Next, we have the song Power Talk H. This begins with some of the strangest sounds ever recorded on vinyl. The intro is very sideways indeed. Rick Wright fades in with some cool hopping piano, while Nick Mason matches the piano with tom runs on his drums. The noises made by the band members at times end up sounding otherworldly. Needs to be heard to be believed. A great instrumental. Next, we have the track Take Up Thy Stethoscope and Walk. Roger Waters' first lead vocal appears with some crazy lyrics. Syd gets a really cool strumming riff going on the guitar. The bass and the guitar weave back and forth around each other while the keyboards and drums keep rotating around the speakers. Next, we have the track Interstellar Overdrive. This instrumental starts off with one of my favorite riffs of all time, a riff I could listen to on a loop constantly. Roger Waters really holds the groove with some solid bass playing, which gives Syd the opportunity to freeform on his guitar. This is credited to all four band members, and rightfully so. Everybody gets to showcase their instruments. Waters gets a lengthy bass solo, and Rick gets a solid one almost halfway through, just a tour de force of a song. Next, we have the track The Gnome, another Syd Barrett fable about, well, a gnome. There's some unique percussion that sounds like woodblocks in the background. You get the impression Syd is singing all of this as he sings it. Next, we have the track Chapter 24, another descriptive Syd song. The bass and organ give some companionship to the vocals. A piano is also overdubbed, echoing the vocal melody. Syd said it was inspired by Chapter 24 of the book I Ching. Next, we have the track The Scarecrow. Some unique percussion starts this track up with Rick and Syd fading in. A beautiful dueling acoustic melody comes in at the end of the track. Finally, we have the track Bike. Only Syd could write a 3-minute and 21-second song about a bike, gingerbread men, and other odd subjects. At the 2-minute mark, some sound effects that sound like machinery are echoing underneath the twinkling keyboard. Some strange vocal effects that sound like distorted ducks. Yes, that is correct. And it ends this wonderfully awesome album. This album is amazing from track 1 to 11. It is a product of its time, yet has managed to age gracefully and still be a relevant testimonial to the influence and spell of psychedelic rock that would influence thousands of bands. Shortly after this album, while being pressured to continually write hit singles that were as successful as the earlier Arnold Layne and See Emily Play, two amazing songs by the way, he started to have a nervous breakdown when he took that infamous last hit of acid, from which he would descend into paranoia and psychosis, soon to be replaced by his friend David Gilmour. One can't help but wonder what direction the Floyd would have went with Sid. It would probably have only gotten stranger and stranger as it did on Barrett's two solo albums, The Madcap Laughs and Barrett. But hats off to a shooting star who burned out way too quick. He should always be remembered for being the underlying influence that would catapult Pink Floyd to worldwide superstardom.